So if we don't really get anything in Season 10 besides the regular stuff, I am going to be very confused.
My hoops are just. I have no hoops right now. I'm trying to be as like.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Apex Legends State of the Game podcast with your host, myself, Thordan Smash, Kijannaplays, KevtheKings, and today our special guest, the man behind the meme, Retrospect. Thank you for being on the show.
Hello.
We've got a couple of different topics to go over today.
My name is Wraith, and we have a job to do. First question, what's with the server issues in Apex?
Bruh, I actually don't know. The servers have been so just off and on recently. I don't know. I don't know. It's just been a mess. It's just been a big mess ever since the Save Time Fall hack. Ever since then, it's just been off and on. Even like when the servers are supposed to be working, I'm getting like booted off. I mean, I think Respawn is actually working a little bit more on like server stability and stuff right now, especially. So I think eventually it will get not really fixed, but at least improved. You know?
Yeah.
But until then, yeah, we just chilling here.
Dude, I feel kind of bad for the devs, to be honest, because I feel like every season or every update or something, the servers are always dying or something's going on. But like, I don't know, man. It's a little scary to see that it got hacked. Like, you know, I woke up that day and it happened and I didn't know. Like, obviously nothing happened to like our credit cards and stuff that we know of, but like that was a concern of mine, because if they could get in and like stop the game, you know, I was afraid that would happen. But obviously it didn't, and they explained how it couldn't happen. But yeah, I've also experienced, you know, servers all the time going down and like getting kicked, especially in ranked. Like, dude, that is the worst when you're playing ranked.
Yeah.
And plus RP, and then you get kicked, and then it demotes you and times you out. Like,
It's like, painful. It's heartbreaking.
It sucks. Yeah.
I've noticed. I mean, there are accounts that have been getting hacked more, and it's been happening to pros. I know Kobe, just Kobe now. He's been having his account like banned for basically a month. Noko Puffs, I think, had it happen yesterday to him.
I think. I saw that tweet yesterday. Noko got hacked. Was it on stream? I think.
Yeah, it happened live.
Yeah,
on
I think I
stream
saw that
for him.
too.
That's crazy. And he said he had two-factor authentication on.
Yeah,
so, like that's even crazier.
These hackers are crazy. Should I just say with the whole playlist thing that happened, where nobody could play the new Overflow map?
Yeah.
Apparently, he said it was because the devs made some kind of coding mistake. I still don't understand like how that happened, where they didn't put the playlist.
No.
Some dev is getting his ass chewed out over that.
Oh my god.
You know.
Apex Legends and poor netcode? That would never happen.
Nah, dude, what do you mean? Impossible, first of all.
Go ahead,
So yeah, I don't know how they're gonna fix it. Like sometimes it's hackers, sometimes it's them. I feel sorry for them in a way, but like then again, they do make like a lot of money. So
I don't ever want to feel like I'm attacking devs, because you know we all do content. We all do content creation. We know how hard it is to do stuff. The devs are people. They make content and they love it. But there's some point where it's like, what is happening? Like, we're almost in season 10. This game has been out for 2 years, and you guys are making billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's
it kind of feels like we're just not getting like what we deserve from the devs in a sense. Like, you know, we put so much, not just us as in content, like the player base, you know, we put so much effort and time into Apex, and we just kind of get treated like it's, you know, it's whatever, you know, server issues here, you know, so it just kind of feels like we're getting just cheated out of a really good experience, you know?
Yeah, a little backhanded when like an update drops and then they want more money. And it's like, here's all these things to buy, but you can't play the game. And
there's new skins, bro.
I'll take two.
Projections that EA had for a fiscal quarter were estimated around like 300 to 400 million, and they surpassed it by like 200 million. And
wow.
When you surpass your projections by 200 million, like, I get that you have to give some of it to your investors. That's how profitable companies work. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, when you're 200 million over projections, you can work on stability fixes. Like that's where some of that should at least go. And I mean, I don't know how EA decides what budget to set for Respawn based on sales, but it's obviously not enough with what it's going on currently.
I want to see Respawn get, I guess, the tools that they need, because I feel like it's either it's got to be like two things, right? It's either one, it's obviously very difficult, right? It's not something that can be done overnight. But we're two years in though, so let's keep that in mind. Over 2 years in, I understand that, but like, do they need tools for this? Do they need better servers? What do they need? Because whatever they need, they can obviously afford.
Right. That's
so what's the issue, really?
If I remember right, Bad Mofo did say that they only had like about 100 employees. Well, it's probably like 150 now. And I remember, I'm like, wow, like compared to Blizzard, who had like over 1,000.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, you would think that with all the money they'll get more. I know it's not like easy because you have to train those people and like know how to like work with the schedule. But like, I'm getting sick and tired about this. You know,
I'm gonna say it just always comes back to like, it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Like they can say all they want and we can say all they want, but at the end of the day, it just comes back to, it's been 2 years and you guys have made billions of dollars.
Right. I see all the time in a lot of the comment sections, like, you got to be easier on Respawn. They're a smaller company. Like, okay, I do understand they have 100 employees. You've had multiple successful franchises with Titanfall 2 and Apex Legends. You know that this game is a blockbuster. So now would be a good time to hire more people. That shouldn't be an excuse. Like,
yeah.
I always see those comments. Be easier on Respawn. Stop being negative about Apex. And it's not really being negative. It's just being constructive. You know, constructively critical. That's really what it is. You know.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we all love Apex. That's why we create content on it. We just want to see better things for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Apex. Like, being able to make, like, I never thought I'd be making a living off of video games. Like, that's crazy. I love video games my whole life, but like, I never thought I'd be able to do it for a living, and I am, and I love Apex so much. But like, there's a certain point where you want to, you know, you want to help, but you can't. Like, so the only thing we can do is like be constructive and be like, look, here's the problems, please fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do. I'll make videos on it, but like, that's it.
Second question. Retrospect has hosted the voice actors many times. Any stories?
The first time that I met Johnny Young, who's Crypto, which was the first legend that I did the interview with, is I wanted to turn into a series because I hadn't seen anybody really like play the games with the actors and stuff. So I was like, oh, that'd be really cool, and I guess like expose it more to the community and stuff. So he was the first legend that I did, and when we first started playing, no offense to Johnny, and I know he'll probably see this, Johnny was he wasn't very precise in his shots. He's gotten better for sure. But our first game, and it's kind of in the video, but I kind of cut it out because it was just, I was like trying to shorten the video because it's my first time like trying to do an interview style or whatever, and we actually ended up getting second place in our first game, and like we literally go the whole match without seeing a single person, and it was really weird because we landed hot, and like we're actively trying to find people and you can't find anybody, and we literally get to the last circle and then die by the last team, and it was so funny, and I didn't have the footage in the beginning, but that was really fun. Oh, voice crack. And I guess another fun story is Melody Lifeline. Before our last, it was like the big meeting, there was like the 11 voice actors, and we were like doing signings and hanging out and stuff, and I'm allowed to share this because she shared it, but she lives in California, so it's legal, but she took an edible before the
so, I know where this story is going.
So we were all hanging out, and you know, everybody's coming in, and like you were talking like, hey, you know, like Caustic, JB, you know, everybody's coming in, and we're all you know, getting everything situated and testing out. And so Mela comes in halfway, and she's like, hey guys, I just want to let you know, before we start everything, that I ate something, and I'm feeling a little breezy right now. And I was like, that's perfectly fine. We're all feeling a little breezy. We're all hanging out. But it was just so funny because, I don't know, she was like the last person I expected, but also she shouldn't have been the last person I expected. I don't know. It was a fantastic video. If you guys haven't seen it, it's
that
really
video
good.
was so fun to watch.
I'll put the link right here or something.
Please.
They're
all really cool. They're all so cool, and they're so like all like down to earth. I've hung out with them like, you know, off stream before, and like I play games with Fuse and Johnny like all the time off the stream and stuff, and like they're all so cool. They've all done such incredible stuff, and they're all so talented, and that's like another reason that I guess we're all like passionate about Apex, is because you can tell like the actors and the community and the devs, we all love Apex. We all love, you know, Titanfall and Apex and everything that's come together. So we just all want to see it succeed.
Ben and Allegra did like a special reading for the comic.
Max panel.
Yeah,
yeah, dude, they're so cool. They're so cool.
Yeah, so people just love the voice actors.
Yeah, I mean, they just seem really engaging with the community.
Yeah, they actually care about the game, you know.
Yeah, I have had one interaction with a voice actor, and it was like I've been playing Apex Legends since day one, but I had just started streaming last year, like right around this time. And I was playing, and I killed a Pathfinder, and my stream just starts going crazy, and they're like, "You killed the Edge voice," and I like went over to his stream. Sure enough, I did kill him, and then he called me a prick because I was also playing Pathfinder, which I thought was hilarious. And I went into his stream and I was like, "Oh my god, that was such an honor!" Like he was like the nicest guy ever. But like he wasn't salty, he wasn't upset, and the prick thing was obviously in jest because it was funny that he got killed by his own voice actor. But that's like been the highlight of my Apex career, like hands down, just running into the voice actor of the character I main.
So I have a funny story about Mela. So I was actually streaming one time, and Mela has I think she has Trinidadian roots, right? And I'm from Trinidad. So I was like, I'm gonna raid Mela after I'm done streaming because obviously life and has like Caribbean, influence. So I raided Mela, and she thought that I was a different streamer, right? There's a streamer by the name of Ninjala. And she assumed that I was Ninjala. So she was like, "Yo, Kijannaplays, thanks so much. She's a really awesome streamer, right?" And I was like, and it was just so funny because like she made an innocent mistake, and it was just such a funny interaction. And she's a really as Retrospect said, like a really down to earth, just cool, chill, person. So that was a really funny interaction as well.
Johnny Young was actually an Apex player before he was a voice actor for the game, right? Or
yeah, him and also Benji, who is Fuse. So yeah, Fuse and Crypto both have played Apex before they were cast. Both of them actually, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
JB Caustic.
Of course.
My man.
Gas
Daddy for sure.
Gas
for
Dad.
sure.
Yeah, he gave me a Funko Pop autograph.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my favorite one.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, you have one? No way.
Hold on. One from Octane, Nicholas Roy.
Oh.
Yeah,
ooh. That one's really cool.
My prized possession currently.
That's so clean.
This one's mine.
Love Octane. India and everything dies. Oh, that's sick.
Do you think you'll have the season 10 voice actor on your show? Like, I don't know if you know anything about him yet. I don't know if they like talk to you or anything. But do you think that for season 10 we'll have a video with you and him talking?
Oh yeah, for sure. I usually like whenever everything gets like announced and stuff. Some things I can't talk about, but yeah, mostly it's usually it's like a week after the season gets launched, give or take. But yeah, I should have one out. I hope so, because I always reach out to the actors. I have one with Valk that we're recording, Bloodhound that we're doing. I'm trying to like get through everybody, but everybody's schedules are so crazy, dude. You would be surprised how difficult it is to get a hold of these people.
Third question. Apex Legends cross progression delayed. Was it actually due to the hacks? Setting up too many portals.
I honestly don't believe chat. Now, I don't know if you guys want to know a bit of history with me and him.
Sure.
I want to know.
I want to know.
So he's famous, right? Chad, he's famous for being the guy who said that Respawn always has your best interest in mind, so assume positive intent. Okay. Now, this goes regard to the Season 7 Battle Pass when they made it harder.
Yeah.
For some reason. Yeah, that was that. And ever since then, I'm like, you know what, Chad? I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. And I don't know if you guys know, but ever since then, they did the whole, I don't know if you guys remember this, when they like,
when they put the bundles.
Yeah, that was bad too. That was really
I remember that. Yeah, that was actually so annoying.
Yeah, and so this was when I was like, hey, Chad, like, what's with the whole assume positive? How is this like good? To like make people buy both bundles, so you want the matching skin. Yeah.
Yep.
And so then from there, as the community, remember the $1 billion franchise, as the community, if they can fund the tournament for Apex.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. You guys with a cap, meaning if they go over the cap, they keep the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, then his other in season 8, he said that season 9, you know, as we're living in now, he said that this is the best work yet to come. And I predicted this. I predicted this in December. I'm having major doubts about that, Chad. And basically, he told somebody that yeah, cross progression is coming. I don't believe him with all the history they've done, all the like hypocrisies. I think this was just a good way for him to be like, you know what, guys? Because let's be honest. If it never comes, right? If cross progression never comes, they make a whole lot of this money back. The money they make a whole lot of this. So you know, I'm probably the most cynical out of like the whole Apex community, but that's because of like I see what the devs do, right? What they say, right? Since the Iron Crown event, and I hold like, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see if you're like a person of your word, right?
Yeah.
And so that's just me. I don't believe Chad. I think secretly they were never working on it, and this is just his way of having a good excuse to say, "Oh yeah, because of the hackers, well, I guess we're gonna take 4 more seasons." But you know, that's just me being cynical. I don't know about you guys.
I really, but that's not true. Because that'll be just very disappointing if that is actually true. You know, I feel like Apex needs like it's been as you know as Retro said 10 years. I mean 2 years, 2 years, 10 seasons in. We don't have course progression. I actually just switched to PC and I had to buy so much stuff over again that had no legends unlocked. You know, so it was just it was crazy that I put all this time on console and I had nothing to show for that if I switched the platform, you know?
Yeah, it's I guess it goes back. I mean, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but I think cross progression goes back to servers because Apex wasn't built for cross progression, if I remember. But then it's also like I think it's a server issue. And even if it isn't a server issue, it's still been 2 years. So I don't know, man.
For me, so what was confusing is I think a day before Chad tweeted, Ryan K. Rigney, now I'm getting it right, tweeted out that the hackers achieved nothing of value. But if that's true, I would say cross progression being delayed is definitely something of value. So it's one or the other. You either something was done of value and something bad happened because of it, or cross progression isn't being worked on. You can't have your cake and eat it.
Or cross progression isn't anything of value.
Well, then I'm frustrated.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, cross progression. I've done videos and we've talked about it before. Destiny 2 took 2 years to get cross progression, and that was a game that got cross progression, I think, in 2018, and it came out in 2016. Battlefield 2042 is releasing with cross progression, and I know, and to not have it yet, and also to harp on the whole next gen thing, we're also one of the last like battle royales to get a next gen version of the game, which I know doesn't affect PC players, but for everyone that's a console player, it's kind of a bummer to see.
Yeah, like, I mean, consoles are a huge player base. Like,
yeah, but quick question: Did Warzone get next gen upgrade as yet?
You might be right. I don't play enough Warzone to actually know. I just know that I've seen other notable, like Hyperscape, I think has next gen.
Hyperscape,
and it's Hyperscape.
Wow.
And that's not a knock on Hyperscape. Like, it's fine for what it is, but like,
it's just crazy. The Hyperscape, which has like 1/100th of the fan base that Apex has.
Like, it just, and I'm not upset that we're getting next gen a little late. I wish Respawn was more vocal about when we're getting stuff instead of just making us wait and sit on our hands.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no like time frame. So
that's
my thoughts.
Oh, by the way, I want to add something. So if I remember right, they said that only 2 people are working on Titanfall. So like again, I still don't get how they got delayed when only 2 people are working on Titanfall. So I don't know. I just wanted to add that.
Yongyi actually covered that. It's been a whole big issue that Respawn only has 1 or 2 devs over at Titanfall. I feel bad for the Titanfall fan base, and I am a fan of Titanfall, and it really is unfortunate what's happening with that game.
Titanfall.
Yeah.
4th question. Why do pros want melee attacks nerfed? They've spotted me getting shot at.
I mean, I would yes. I would say yes for me. Because okay, I can be biased, but like whenever I play Apex nowadays, like I just feel like melees do too much damage. I don't know, like especially now because everyone has a shield of drop. They feel a lot more comfortable just like chasing someone and just trying to like melee them.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but like that's just my experience. Like I've been in gunfights where I have, let's say I have a mastiff or a PK, right? And I'm hitting my shots. The PK does for like 9 damage, 11 damage, and this guy is just meleeing me. His friend is behind me, meleeing me, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do in this situation? I'm dead. I can't survive this, you know. So I mean, maybe like just make it do a little less damage. But I could be wrong. It does what, like 40 damage right now? Or something like that.
30.
A third 30.
30.
Yeah.
All right, right. Maybe 20. I don't know. It's a real like touchy topic, but it's kind of been annoying recently for me.
I mean, I think the damage is fine. I don't think I've ever like had an issue with the damage, but I definitely do have an issue with how broken the range and the lunge is with that thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it was more strategic, so like even if you get landed on by 3 people, they have to actually like hit you instead of like sucking you off and like being able to just like hit you like 5 feet away.
Yeah.
I think that would be that's not even a nerf. That's just a fix. Because have you seen the Valk videos where like
Yeah.
literally punching Valks and like flying to them?
Yeah.
Like that's not okay, and I think that's an issue with the punching mechanic, right? So if that was fixed, and it would make it so you have to be a little more skilled with the actual meleeing, that might be a good fix without touching the damage.
What I would do is make it where it doesn't do this. Where what? Look her.
Like it's like tracking. It's literally tracking.
I thought it was a cheat. I thought someone was cheating somehow because that lunge is absolutely insane.
Yeah, her leg stretches.
Her leg stretches. Yeah. So I guess like I don't have a problem with the damage. I'm guess basically reduce the range instead of having like what's that one perk from Call of Duty, Commando Pro, or where you can like reach farther. I guess
I want to say it's Commando Pro, but it's been a while. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Because that's it's just, or maybe it's just an animation with Bow. I don't know. It's just crazy. I've seen other people like, Big Mad is like this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of clips of.
Yeah, I would like to see a good change of melee for sure.
Yeah, I could be okay with that. I will say it takes 5 when you land. It takes 5 melee hits to take someone down. So if a guy's able to chase you around and get 5 hits in, that might just be a case of you got beat. I might go with
sometimes. Sometimes, but when it's like 2 people, bro, and like they literally avoid going for a gun. They just like chase you, 2 of them. There's a wraith, there's a freaking GB, and I'm just getting abused. I'm getting beat up.
I know that all too well because I have the classic dive trail with the red flames that never goes away. It's grandfathered in or whatever. So people love landing on me and just beating the shit out of me. Like it's their like favorite pastime. And so I understand the frustration, but I also like when I play with my teammates, I make it very clear: don't leave me, land with me, like land right on top because they're gonna swarm me. You kind of got to strategize around it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Speaking of the melee and everything, how are you guys liking? Other than the servers crashing, how are you guys liking the Thrill Seeker content that's been released this week?
It's stuff for sure. I'll give them that. Is it good? That's very debatable. Is it bad? That's also very debatable. So, you know, it's content, so it's gonna be a video.
Is it really content, though? Is it really content?
Yeah. I mean, you could say the same thing about the OG event, right? Like that was just
recycled
old maps that they just put back in the cycle, like
old maps and some skins.
And this is the same thing. It's just which is kind of worse because you can't even play it when you want. It's just whenever it's up. So I guess that is worse.
I have an issue with that. I have a really big issue with like Respawn releasing these so-called like events that are really just cash grabs in my opinion.
Kev pulling back up the quote that says it's going to be a really big season. Can we get that back?
Please put on.
You were thinking what I was thinking exactly.
I feel like everyone was just bamboozled at the beginning of season 9 because we all thought that was going to be a season full of fresh content, and the start of season 9 was really good. I've said this in so many different podcasts, but like these events just they feel kind of just like cheap. Like they feel just like they're giving us something because they need to or they have to, you know, like content is to me is in new skins on a new map.
The thing is, for me, that makes it worse than the Genesis collection event is I understand they gave us an arena map. But the thing is, they also gave us an arena map a couple weeks ago with Gardens. So they set the precedent that arena maps will be added in every now and then as they develop them and they're ready. So having a new arenas map in itself is not an event, as that is something that they've already set up and done before. So all they've done is, in essence, just put skins up for sale. The arena map isn't anything unique to what they've done differently.
That's true. That's true. I think. Oh yeah, I remember that because at the beginning of season 9 or like before when they introduced arenas, I remember them saying like they had a bunch of maps in like backlog, you know, and like then they hyped up like Skull Town coming back and like Gardens and stuff.
Right.
But the Skull Town map wasn't its own event. It was just part of the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. This event is just weird.
It's weird.
I don't know, man. I feel like season 10's gonna hit, and they're gonna be like, "All right, boys, we're bringing back OG KC, except this time it's got double the loot."
You know what it feels like? It feels like if every season, and I could be wrong, but it feels like if every season, Respawn needs to make a certain amount of money, so like they need to meet a certain
quota.
I don't know, like So they're just doing this because they need to do it. You know, like not really because they want to give us content. Like that's my theory. I don't know if I'm right, but that's what it feels like.
I have a theory. Speaking about theories, and I know Kev probably has theories too. I have a little conspiracy. Here's my conspiracy theory. Okay. I have a conspiracy theory that Respawn and EA are doing this on purpose. Every season, they are purposefully either not upgrading their servers, not doing things correctly, or doing it on purpose because it creates news, it creates uproar, and it creates content, and people will come and see what's going on. Think about it. Every single season and update, there is something wrong that is just bizarre, and people talk about it, and people come back, and people want to see, and they put skins with it. It's like almost like a car crash. You can't look away, and then they're like giving tickets to people to come in and like take a look at it. You know, that's my theory because.
Okay, so I got a question for you guys. When you guys play arenas, basically under level 30 teammates, like this is like one of the reasons I hate playing ranked solo queue because I just get like these teammates. I'm like, well, it looks like I gotta carry them, and then the other team will have like level 30, 300s and 500s, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I have multiple videos, but one recently that I make is literally just titled "Apex Matchmaking is Broken," and it's just 5 minutes of me losing my mind solo queuing because I would never get teammates.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Bro,
trios and duos, no teammates.
That bug has been here since season 8.
I'm dropping out of the ship, and I see all these trails, and I'm like, how did they get teammates? Why am I not getting teammates? And then it's been fixed like 5 times. There's been like 4 or 5 tweets where it's like, all right, boys, we shipped it out. It's done. And they're like, oh, wait, hold on. we may have made a mistake.
That could be
and then it's like the next week. And then they fix it again, this update apparently. But people still aren't getting teammates. So I don't.
So personally, I'm not a sadomasochist, and I don't play Apex Legends unless I have teammates. I just don't like. Like
you gotta have a little thing called friend.
Yeah, no. I've resorted to going to the depths of darkness on the Xbox looking for group section, and I mean it's a dark place. Let me tell you guys that. I've been there, and it's still better than getting those level 9 teammates. I don't know if it's skill-based matchmaking like they say. I don't know if it's EOMM, which is geared more towards like FIFA and online sports where it's 1v1. I don't know what system they use, but it doesn't work. Like it doesn't work. It's
terrible.
It's
everything just kind of I feel like boils back and like wraps around to the servers. It's never about like the content. Like your content is fine, your skins and your maps or whatever. But like your servers, like everything, the matchmaking goes back to the servers. The servers crashing comes back to servers. The season launch comes back to servers. It's like I want it to get fixed. I want Apex to do good so badly. But when Halo and Battlefields drops, I'm a little scared. I'm a little interested to see what happens.
I'm excited
Me
for
too,
Halo.
me too.
I'm not gonna.
Especially because Halo multiplayer is gonna be free.
Yeah, and I grew up playing Halo, and I'm probably gonna play
too.
I'm gonna play the hell out of it. I'm really excited for it.
I am not getting off for a solid like week.
Yeah.
Does Halo have a BR coming out, or is it just like multiplayer?
Just multiplayer. Although I thought BR would actually work really well in Halo. I just think
I remember reading an article or something that they maybe thought they could bring in or something, but I don't think there's anything official.
Yeah. Right now I think it's just multiplayer, but they have a lot of good ideas. Like their battle pass system sounds wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool.
You get the battle pass forever. If you start in season 4 of Halo, you can go all the way back to season 1 and finish that battle pass, so you still get all the rewards. Like it's just a really
reset. Yeah.
It's crazy to see what games can do when they're not owned by EA. Like it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Final question. What are your expectations for the EA Play event next week? I've seen it all. Nothing surprises me.
I think EA Play is probably going to be, obviously, we're going to get something of Battlefield, right? I mean, I assume so.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, I mean, probably, or for sure have to have something about Apex. I hope that they're hiding something. I hope it's not just Season 10 stuff. Like, I hope it's not just their typical, Season 10 is going to be the biggest shit you've ever seen. Like, I don't care. Please give me anything else but that. Yeah. So I hope they have something, like, hidden away that they're going to bring and be like, you know, we bought a second potato for our servers or something. Like I want something
potato,
extra hamster,
something. Yeah, an extra hamster, and we got another water bowl. Yeah. People have spoken. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping for something unique rather than what they usually like always do at the beginning of seasons and stuff. Yeah. And I know, you know, with the pandemic and stuff, that's obviously slowed down things. But yeah, I'm hoping for just something unique and something just really different. That's all I can really hope for, I think.
Sorry guys, because of the hacker, they're going to have to delay it another 3 seasons. I can already see. Maybe they'll announce it, but I don't know. Part of me wants them to fix the servers, fix Titanfall. I don't have next gen console, so I really wouldn't care. But yeah. I think they have, you know, bigger priorities than like next gen.
Yeah, I would think so too. I mean, I've played Apex on next gen, and it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. Yeah. Like to me, it doesn't seem like it would be a priority to compare to the other fires that are happening right now. Yeah. But you never know. They could totally be like, oh, for the past 6 months, we've been working on next gen only, and like, oh, that makes sense. So who knows? It very well could be next gen coming out.
It will make sense. I mean, the event is called the Future of FPS.
The future is next gen. They had the Future of FPS, I think, a week ago, which wasn't a Future of FPS. It ended up just being like the history of FPS.
It was the same. I thought it was the same, like the same. I think isn't the same name? Like that was just kind of like a panel, because I made a video on that as well. But wasn't it just kind of like a panel talking about the event to come?
Yeah. Because I had watched it, I thought we were gonna get like a trailer or a gameplay or something, and I was like so hyped the whole time because Stella was on there. Stella's a good friend of mine, and we were talking. I was like, "Oh, Stella's on there," you know, and everybody's interviewing and everything, and then it just cuts off, and I was like, "Oh."
Pretty sure it was called the Future of FPS, and it was like almost like what's the history of your studio?
Yeah, it was a. I wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say it was a bad panel because I feel like, you know, everyone talked really well and stuff. Yeah. It was just kind of misdirected. Like, the title just wasn't right, you know, for what they were talking about.
Yeah, should have been the history of FPS.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. Wow. They should just hire you.
Yeah, I could tell that the girl who was Stella, I could tell she was trying to like ask questions in a way and trying to like get information out. So that was good. That was good. She was trying to like ask about, you know, season 10, and she was like, "What have you guys learned, you know, about your mistakes and stuff?" But Rispa was being very like hesitant to really give like any real information. I think she asked Vince, "What does the future of Apex look like?" And by the way, big up Vince Ampella, because he created like some of the best FPS games in history. So like he always has my respect. But he was like, I don't know. We'll see. He was being real, like he was being real reserved on, you know.
Yeah, literally the question of the panel. They're like, "All right, here it comes." And he's like, "That's a good question."
I mean, they have to do something really big at the EA Play to get players back for season 10, in my opinion, because we didn't get a lot of content this season. And if they go into the panel, like Retro kind of said, and they just go over the Season 10 Legend and the Season 10 Weapon, which, once again, you set up that precedent that we're going to get these each season. So doing just that as the reveal, isn't that enticing, like, as a whole? At least for, I think, people that are really invested into Apex Legends. Like, it's Season 10. Yeah. This is, like, technically an anniversary season, if anything. So it really needs to go balls to the walls, like... Obviously, we're not getting cross progression because that got delayed. They need to. I would hope that. Like, what were you doing in June? That's my question. What happened in the month of June? Did everyone just go on vacation? There has to be new content. Because I don't know. The whole month of June wasn't spent fixing the servers. We know that.
Yeah, it's. I assume that they're obviously working on things that are. Okay, so this is something else. It's interesting. At the very beginning of Apex, when they started like saying everything and like how hype it's going to be, they were like, we have 10 seasons planned out already. And I understand that the pandemic has messed a lot of plans up, but if you had a roadmap for where you wanted to go, then it shouldn't be that difficult to adjust your roadmap, right? And let's say that it isn't. Let's say it's still very difficult and things have just crashed and burned. We're still coming up to essentially their last of their ideas of what they have said. They said they have up to Season 10.
Did Respawn release that?
Yeah. At the beginning of like, and probably around Season 1 or 2, they said they have all the way up to Season 10. So, they had like a roadmap on what they wanted to do and stuff. And obviously things will change as it goes, but essentially they knew where they were going. So Season 10 is going to be the end of their first era or their first, like a big thing, because everything else from here will be essentially new stuff after Season 10. So I don't know if Season 10 is going to like start a new chapter, or like a new story, or if it's just going to be the same thing.
I don't.
I don't know.
If I remember, something interesting that I found out from one of the ex-writers, Tom, he said that Valkyrie was supposed to come out like in Season 5. And that didn't have. So what that tells me, because I always wonder, like, because of the pandemic, I noticed like universally Season 6 everybody kind of like doesn't like.
Yeah.
And so I always wonder, like, why did Rampart came Season 6? Because it never fit like, her theme or whatever, right? And so lore wise, like their story kind of got messed up. Valkyrie was supposed to come earlier. Maybe the next legend, the Season 10 legend, which we got towards some kind of guy robot. He was supposed to come out earlier than maybe Rampart. So yeah, it's just interesting. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
So honestly, I've kind of my hoops are just I have no hoops right now. I'm trying to be as like I'm not trying to have any expectations, because expectations lead to
that's gonna be the sorry, Kijanna, that's gonna be the intro. I have
no for real, like me, we're trying to be funny. Like I have learned with I remember back in Season 6, you were like Season 7 was gonna be great. Season 7 was great, but like every season we just have these insane expectations, and it just never really lives up to it. So I'm just hoping that Respawn does their best, Good luck, Respawn, but I have like very low expectations for season.
Yeah. I'm worried because like I noticed that the even seasons are not as good as the odd seasons for some reason. I don't know if that's because they like work harder on the odds than the even. So I'm very worried.
Season was pretty cool, Season 4.
If this season is supposed to be better than Season 10, then
you are right.
I am very
that's actually
concerned.
True.
Now I'm like thinking about all the seasons in my head. Season 7, we did get. You do actually make a really good point. Like World's Edge, Olympus were both odd seasons.
Yeah,
but Season 9 though, Season 9, it kind of messed it up.
You got you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's hackers and like
your theory has imploded.
It's kind of weird because like when you break it down from Season 9 not having any new limited time modes, the Season 8 ones being broken, we haven't seen like actual new modes in the game since Season 7.
Yeah. There hasn't been any good LTMs, like genuinely, besides I mean, this arena doesn't count as an LTM. Wait, fuck, when was the last LTM?
That was the war game one, but I think it was just the pockets of ring stuff.
I don't count this as an LTM. I count an LTM, and LTM is like, like wingman only. Like, that's a cool ass LTM. Not like, oh, you have you spawn with a white bag. There you go, boys. That's not an LTM.
Yeah.
I just do whatever I want.
So you say something along the lines of, "Thank you so much for tuning into the State of the Game podcast with Kijanna, Kev, Thordan, and myself. Retrospect." Yeah. See, I can't even remember it going slow. Tune in next week for our guest, Sweatband TTV.
Okay, I can do that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching very much for the podcast. We really appreciate it. I'm Retrospect. Thanks for Kev coming out, for Kijanna, for Thordan for inviting us all. It was really cool. We did get a little heated, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you liked it. Comment below what your favorite part was. There's going to be more stuff like this on this channel. And if you want to see us back, let us know. All our links will be below. I make meme type of stuff. Kev makes really cool Apex, conspiracy videos and like lore videos. Kijanna is cracked. You should go watch his gameplay. And Thordan's your cute little news guy. So, really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time.
Way better. We should just get you on. We should just get you on weekly just to do the outro. We should
this man is a professional.
This man is legit. Okay, all right.